Welcome back to another episode of the Coach's Corner podcast, man. I'm your host, Cecil, man. Now tonight, man, I have the honor of having on Coach Travis Harden, the head coach at Stranahan High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. Me and Tribe go way back, man, way back to the Jet days, man, playing T-ball and stuff, man. So we
Right.
we go back for a minute, man.
Way back, man.
And even it's even crazy because just on that level, man, he called me. What does it be about 3 years ago, and was like, man, I'm putting in for the head coaching job at Stranahan. And
Yeah.
it was like January, so I'm like, man, go ahead, do that. So he got it in February, and then the crazy part is I come back in April and tell him like, yeah, man, I put in for South. It's like I say, it's been crazy, it's been good, and then even on that note, man, we right down the street from each other, so it's like we right around the corner, man. But how you doing today, man? This evening, man, how's everything been going?
Man, I'm doing well, man. First and foremost, man, thanks for having me, man. Everybody's doing well. My family doing well. My boys and two boys. My wife doing well, man. And we just enjoying life, man. I'm doing these new way of living, if you want to put it. You know what I mean? So that's what it is right now.
Yeah, man, definitely. This time right here, man, it's been a little different for us because basically today would have been our first day normally of really getting it in on
Right.
the official season, start of the season for us, man.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
we got pushed back, but at the end of the day, man, we trying to be safe and make sure that we do have a season at some point.
Right.
Man. So once again, man, good having you on, bro. And also, let me not forget this. Let me not forget this. I gotta make sure I say this. Trav and myself are also members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
No doubt.
If you didn't know, that's why you see my background the way it is, purple and gold. And if Trav look a little bit harder, you can see some of the wording. You'll pick up on it.
Oh yeah, I already did. I already did, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, there's no need for explanation, man. You know what it is, man. You know
You
what I mean?
already know.
And and and,
Yeah,
and, and then it's destined for you because your school colors purple and gold, dog.
I know, right? Yeah, that's even more crazy. I done picked up so much purple stuff. I don't even know what to do with it now.
Right.
Most definitely. But let's get into it real quick, man. Coach, give the people some of the background, and listeners some of the background on yourself and where you come from up until this point as a head coach.
No doubt, man. I'm born and raised in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. Attended Stranahan High School. From Stranahan High School, that's why I played both football and baseball. There, I was a dual sport athlete. Played like you stated before, man. I was playing T-ball. I played both baseball and football ever since I was a child, a kid. And once I graduated from Stranahan, I went off to University of Dubuque in Dubuque, Iowa, and played football there. I was a 4-year letterman there. I had some great times there. Graduated there from Dubuque with a Bachelor of Science degree. And I came home, I want to say in '06. And, I just started, coaching, getting in coaching, man. And I started coaching the high school level, man. And from there, I started at Fort Anderson High School under Wayne Blair. I went to Plantation High School under Steve Davis. And then from there, I went to Deerfield Beach High School, under Devon Glenn. And like you stated, man, I called you, and the thing, head coach Stranahan to be opening. And I talked to a lot of people to be exact. And I went and put my name in, man. And, I think it was like a day or two after my birthday, I got the phone call from my athletic director. Shout out to him, Tommy Harrison, in reference to them wanting to hire me as the new head coach. And so it was destined, man. Like everyone else, man, first time getting a head coaching job, you're like, oh man, well, what we need to do. But I kind of had a plan because I knew one day I was going to be a head coach. You know what I mean? And so I stuck to my plan, man, and here we are today, man. running a good program here at Stranahan High School.
Most definitely, man. Like I said, man, yeah, you was right, man. It's destined. It was destined for you, man. Like I said, like I spoke on you before, man. I would push you to go get that because I know I was trying to find a spot at the time as well. So I was like, let's try to get that. I know where I'm at, but
Right.
it was destined for both of us to go on our own paths as head coaches, man. So most definitely, I definitely agree with you on that, man. So in your coaching career, who was the person or persons that started you into the coaching aspect?
Um, I really picked up a few people along the way. Like once I got into it, for first and foremost, I started coaching because I was missing the game. You know, once you graduate from college, man, I coached maybe like a year or two with Little League. You know what I mean? But then you just started really missing that great competition. You understand what I'm saying? So I got into high school coaching, and from each of my head coach, I was blessed to be around some successful guys. And just along the way, I picked up each thing from Coach Blair, from Coach Davis, and Coach Glenn, and I tied it into my repertoire. You know what I mean? And all of them had some positive, things, positive attributes that I took with me. So I would say those three.
Yeah, those three guys, man, are pretty much mainstays in Broward, man. Just it's from a head coaching perspective, they have different views, but for the most part, they successful coaches anywhere they go. So those are some great guys to have, man. Especially Coach Davis, Coach Glenn, and Coach Wayne and Wayne Blair, man. Those are top tier coaches, man, in the profession that we in. So those are great guys to have in your corner. As an alumnus, man, of Stranahan, what does it mean to you to lead the program as the head coach?
Uh, Being at Stranahan, being alumni of Stranahan, I I take this job, and more importantly, very very serious because I care about the program itself, and I definitely care about the school. You know what I mean? I pride myself on um, putting out the best product out to the community. I pride myself on just doing right by the school, because at the end of the day, that's my baby as well. You know what I mean? And we all want to nurture our baby. We all want to, see our baby grow. Even if what I'm saying, I move on, or even if I'm not there anymore, I still want the program. I still want to lay the foundation down to where the program can spring off of it and still be successful.
Yeah, that's number one. That's A1 and on all our lists, man. Just to
Right.
make sure that we supplant ourselves and give what we have, so that we could lay that foundation of a full program. Not just winning, but a full program. So that when we do move on, that brick building can still continue, man. Definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely. And in cultivating a culture, what are your core values that are pillars for your program?
We go by faith. We go by tradition. We go by obedience, and we go by sacrifice. We feel that those four core values um, is taking our program into a level that had never been before. Um, we believe in playing for each other. We believe in having that bond outside of football. For football and workouts and everything, it's going to take care of itself. But I firmly believe that bond outside in white lines, man, will bring a team even more closer. So that's what we go by. We try to do a lot of things together off campus, whether it's bowling. We're trying to put together some things where we go to the movies or what have you, a paintball, going paintballing. But the thing what we got going on right now that we can't do anything right now. So pretty much all that's on hold. You know. So but when we do our Zoom meetings though, you can still see that the boys miss each other. Man.
Yeah,
They ranking on each other, man, and I love it, man. That it just shows that they miss each other as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man. That's definitely what I'm getting out of it. They just miss the interaction with each other. Most of all, man, just being around each other and just just seeing each other every day, whether it's
right,
good, bad, and different, man. They really missing that part of it, and it's very hard as a coach, because we understand what that is. We understand that family bond has been built, and to not see your family, normally as you would, especially now, knowing that this would have been the first day of practice. It's,
right,
it, it's very hard as a coach, because I know some days I be like, man, forget the rules, but you know
right, right.
you can't do it. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So
you can't do it,
yeah,
man. And,
can't do it. So
yeah,
it's just but it's good to see that. It's good to see that they still have that family atmosphere, man, going around, and they checking on each other, and they
right,
thinking about each other. So yeah, man, definitely
right,
I understand that aspect.
right, right.
What are some things that help your program from year one to year two? Because you had a tremendous man, a tremendous leap from year one to year two, man. Just going from one dub to getting into the playoffs, man. Like,
Right.
bro, that's a tremendous feat, man. And like I said, I congratulated you, man. But bro, I was taking notes, man. I was looking at everything that was going on, So what were the things that helped you to make that jump?
Um, I felt like from year one, man, we had to go in there and do a lot of fine tuning. You know what I mean? We had to really find guys that who wanted to play for Stranahan. You know what I mean? At that time, um, nobody really knew about Stranahan, and I put it on myself and my coaches to coach the players. You know what I mean? And coach them hard. And I put it on my players as well as to take the coaching and not only play for your brother, but play for that Stranahan that's on your chest. Because at the end of the day, if you want some other players to come play for you, we got to take care of what's in front of us right now, and that's our year two season. Um, we did a lot of things prior to the season starting. We again went back to team bonding, man. That team bonding aspect. I'm a huge firm believer of that, Cecil. I really feel like that, and bro, like if you can't play for your brother next to you, man, you don't trust your brother next to you. You know what I mean? How can you really play for him? You know what I mean? So we put the guys through some things going into year two to what trust had to be laid. You know what I mean? And I just honestly feel that those guys really believe in each other in year two, and year one. Honestly, man, the games that even though we were 1-9, the games we lost on an average about maybe 7 to 10 points. You know what I mean throughout the season. So as a coach, shoot, we right there. You know what I mean? Look
Yeah,
at hindsight, we right there. Maybe a couple of things go our way, we win some of those ball games. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So from that aspect, I took the approach of so what now what. Okay, so what if we went 1-9? Now what we gonna do? You know what I mean? So and I told the kids the same thing, man. So what now what? You know what I mean? Yes, we did go 1-9, and honestly, um, that's one of my best seasons so far because I was able to find out who really and truly want to play for Stranahan and who really and truly want to be some transcenders, man, and taking this program to the next level. And so a lot of people laugh at me when I say, my 1-9 season was my best season, but in hindsight, that's really who I found who really want to play for me. You know what I mean? And from year two, man, we did some tremendous things. We actually laid some good foundation down. And I'm just excited to see what year three is going to be about. Whether we have 5 games, 6 games, 10 games, you know what I mean? This year is going to be really, really great for us.
yeah, definitely. We was able to do some things together, man. Prior leading up to the season last year, man, and like you said, it was just more about getting back to the basics of things and just really diving in on having that bonding as a team. And even when we did some of the things that we did, man, it was good. It was all love against both teams. You know what I mean? Nothing, nobody. Everybody was competing. Everybody was trying to do their thing. And after the fact, it was just like it was one big team, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
so definitely, I understand, that togetherness atmosphere, man. That so it was great to be a part of that because my guys did kind of the same thing. They took it as all right. At Stranahan, we down the street, but at the same time, we still family. We all playing football, so
Right, right,
it's nothing to do but to get better. So that's the same
right.
thing they took in toward the season, man. So but your league was great, bro. I like I
I mean,
said,
I give a shout out to my coaches, man. They did a phenomenal job, man. And they kept telling me that I was going to win Coach of the Year, but I didn't believe it. You know what I mean? I got it, and I gave it right to them. You know what I mean? I gave that honor and that prestige award, right to them. You know what I mean? Because they done a phenomenal job and still doing a phenomenal job. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I'm just excited, man. And we just ready to rock and roll, man.
yeah. I gotta get you a little thing that go across the desk that say Coach of the Year on it, man. Gotta put that up there. Gotta do that. And your time as an assistant coach, man, what are some of the things you learned and you have adopted into your program now?
um, man, it's a plethora of things I learned, man. But
We
just to
got
give you a few,
we got all the time.
all right, just to give you a few, man. From Coach Blair, man. Coach Blair was a guy who um who showed tough love. You know what I mean? From that aspect of it, tough love. That's one thing that I bring to the table. Coach Davis, it's more so of he trusting his guys a lot. He trusting his assistants a lot. You know what I mean? To coach their position, to own their position players, to take care of any kind of situation that they have with their position players. You know what I mean? So um, I took that as from assistant coach, and I brought that over with me as a head coach. I tell my assistants, man, they are the parents of their players. You know what I mean? They're going to deal with any situations that comes about, and then in return, they'll address me with what's going on, and then we move from there. Like I tell, I'm like the dad. You know what I mean? I'm the last person who you want to know what's going on, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna deal with it accordingly. You know what I mean? And from Coach Glenn, uh, he's all about competition. You know what I mean? And I love it. You know what I mean? Competition is gonna bring heated moments. You know what I mean? A little scrappy, a little scraps. We scraps on the field. You know what I mean? But that's where it stays at. You understand what I'm saying? Because family gonna fight. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when it's time to get down, your family's gonna be there for you. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Um, and then also just being a great leader of men. You know what I mean? From Coach Glenn, that's one thing that he's good at, and I pride myself and pride my program on that as well. So from being assistant, from under those three guys, I watched and learned a lot, and just those few things from each one of those guys is what I bring over to my program.
Yeah, man, most definitely. I know I haven't didn't have the chance of really I've had a chance to see Coach Bluff, what I mean, coach. But the other two, Coach Davis, I had
Coach
a chance. Yeah, I had a chance. I think I actually played. I might have played against Coach Davis too.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, definitely you hit the nail on the head with Coach Davis, and then Coach Glenn, man. Coach Glenn is just one of those. Like if you playing spade, he the joker. Like he does it all, man. He
Yeah.
knows how to make sure that his guys are ready for battle, but at the same time, he takes care of them. At the same time, he's that father figure to him, and then also he's able to get them out and and get them exposure and things like that. So yeah,
Right.
man, that's something that I was definitely trending towards trying to get that way before everything went down. Trying to make sure that those guys are exposed to more things and make them have more options than just what they see in Lauderdale or wherever else, Plantation, wherever else they may be. So,
Right.
so definitely, man, understand that. What have you learned going into your third year that you didn't know before being a head coach?
Ah, man, I'm still learning, man.
Yeah,
What I learned, what I'm learning, man, is that um, being a head coach, man, it's it's many heads. You're not just a head coach. You know what I mean? I'm learning that you more of everything from counselor to father figure to role model. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm going into my third year, man. I'm understanding and I'm embracing all of that. I'm embracing. It's never a dull moment when it's a head coach. The phone can ring 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You have to be there for your kids. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, um, that's who they depend on in some cases. You know what I mean? So, even though some cases, some coaches are there with their kids for 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, or whatever it may be. Like, those are some big shoes and big time with kids. That's who really need that dependency, if you will. You know what I mean? So, I'm embracing that. And I'm just understanding that uh, those kids, those my players. You know what I mean? Need me just as much as I need them. You know what I mean? So that's that's what it is.
yeah, that's a biggie, man. That's a big one nowadays because at the end of the day, the coach is always looked upon as the person I can go to that's gonna tell it right down, straight and narrow.
Right.
So most definitely, I understand that, man. Being a head coach myself, man, I know one of the things that I didn't know was that exactly. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to wear all of these hats and you have to do them and it comes, it's not like you can just take one off. It comes at you so random
With
that
no instructions either. No
yeah, with
directions.
no manual on how to figure this
Exactly.
out or how to talk to them and what to
Right.
say. So that's one thing I definitely coming from an assistant. You only really deal with your position guys
Hmm.
majority of the time. Yeah, you speak to the other ones, but you really deal with your position guys. But now having that 40, 50 kids plus your JV on top of it,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, and if you don't understand it quickly, it'll make you feel like you're drowning underwater. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And
So
so and what I've learned is to depend on my coaches more, delegate more. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have coaches who want to do more. You know what I mean? You have coaches who have aspirations, just like how we was, man, who want to be head coaches. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So they're going to embrace that role. And this going from what last year to this year. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see that. I did some delegations, man, and I'm starting to see that those coaches, love the roles that they have. You know what I mean? So that's good.
yeah. And as a head coach, man, you always want the guys that come under you or come through you, man, to go on and do their own thing and become a head coach. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's something that you push them to. So
Right.
definitely, that's something that I was told a couple times that I needed to do.
Yeah.
From one of my assistants, man, Randolph. I'm gonna shout you out on the tape.
Randolph, what's up,
Yeah,
Randolph?
Randolph, man, you need to delegate. You need to delegate. I'm like, yeah, I hear you. But that first year mode, it's hard
You
for
don't
you
know.
to,
Yeah, it's hard.
yeah,
Trust me. I get it.
yeah,
I understand it. I'm listening. I'm right there with you, dog. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I get it.
yeah. In the recruiting process, how do you educate your student athletes in making the right choice for them?
What I do, I uh, I give them homework first and foremost. Um, they need to find out, one, whether or not if that school have your particular major and minor. Two, um, if you can live in that particular city uh, post graduation, you know what I mean. Three, um, stability. You know, if the coach, how long that coach is going to be there. You know, because new coaches come in when they own agenda and own players. So you don't want to be caught in the matrix. You know what I mean? And they go and do their homework, man. You know, I give them my opinion, and it's just that. You know, it's just my opinion. You know what I mean? And we do what you call we do a pro and a con. You know what I mean? I have to sit down with their family, and I give them my pros and my cons along with the homework that the student athlete completed, and based off that, man, the family make a decision. You know what I mean? Because, like I say, man, it's ultimately that student athlete is going to be the one, you know, dealing and living with his decision. You know, so um, I just educate them, man, to just, you have to do your homework. Don't just choose a
Yeah.
school just because it's trending. You know what I mean? You never want to be a small fish in a big pond. You can help it because that's what you have control over. That's
Right.
what most of them really don't understand. You know, you can go somewhere, man, and be that big fish in that small pond. You know what I mean, and do great because ultimately the ultimate goal is to leave with an education, to leave with a degree. You know what I mean? If you play your cards right, you can leave with your bachelor's and your minor. You know what I mean? So, uh, and that's what I tell my guys, man. You know, look for a major and a minor. You know what I mean? Look for a major and a minor. You know, and because at the end of the day, education is key. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that's what I you know tell my family, the family of my guys and the student athletes in regards to recruiting.
Yeah, most definitely. I have my guys do some of the same thing. I have them give me their 10 that they would like to go
Right,
to, and then those realistic 10, and then we go through, we sit down, we check this off, boom, 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 and then I even have them, we'll go look at their rosters.
right,
Tell me how many wide receivers total, how many break down in the class, and I think that's pivotal for these guys to understand, because at the end of the day, nobody is a stranger to competition, but
right,
you want to give yourselves the best opportunity to compete. If
right,
it's 17 there, listen, that's gonna be hard to get a play in practice. You know what I
right,
mean? So definitely, man, you gotta, if you guys are listening, man, you gotta do your homework on your schools, and make sure that it's the best fit for you and your fam, and you're able to, like Coach say, be stable,
right.
because you don't want to do all that jumping around, because a lot is involved in that.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, Coach, take a little while talk about your impact players on offense and defense that are coming back for you this upcoming season.
Man, my guys that's coming back this year. Most importantly, they hungry. Starting with my 21 class, man. My offensive lineman Kareem Harden. He's coming back, ready to rock and roll. I have another a guy in 2021, Daniel Gabriel. He play O line and D line for me. He's very pivotal to my offensive side of the ball. I have um, Larry Davis that's coming back as well. Big Jonathan Miller that's coming back up, and those guys up front are going to lead the way. You know what I mean? And I have a quarterback in Kenson Nelson, who's pretty much is going to be that field general that we need offensively. I have Zion Lopez from receiver. I have Hakeem Williams. That's going to be a bit standout for me. He stands at about like maybe 6'4", already 175, 180 as a sophomore. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So he got a great job of doing some good things. I have Steve Deliard at my running back position. I have my Joker, which is Amarion Knighton. He's going to be a junior, man. He does it all. You know what I mean? He's a guy that's, he would give everything that he have. and expect the same from his teammates. You know what I mean? I also have my my other guy and Jordan Edwards. He plays up front for me. You know what I mean? And offensively, man, we're just doing some things, man. That's it's going to be very exciting for us this year. You know what I mean? On the defense side of the ball, I got Ricky Hicks up front, who's going to be anchoring that defensive line. I have Cedric James as well. I have a great linebacker in Omar Graham. You know what I mean? Um, I have my in my secondary. I got guys, and Mario Bonds Jr. That's a phenomenal name in Broward County, and he's going to do some great things in the secondary as well. I have Dennis Cunningham. Dennis Cunningham is going to play some both offense and defense. He's a guy that's going to be phenomenal. Um, and it just the list goes on, man. Have a few transfers here and there that's already ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? And we're just excited, man. We these guys, really, 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 care about one another. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? So, um, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I know two of those names, man. I know two of those guys that you named. Uh, Zion Lopez, man. It's kind of crazy because I had Zion in middle school, man. So
Yeah,
I know it's Zion. I know what he can do, man. I know his heart, man. The man got a heart out of this world. Coach. Like
yeah,
it was rough for him because I had to lean on him. He ran middle school track for me, man. I had
yeah,
to lean on him, man. He ran a 4x2 and then had to turn right around and run the 400, man. So
yeah.
his
And
heart,
speaking of track, man, I got another guy, man, and he's a track guy too, and he's gonna be very special. His name is Jamari Downey. He's gonna be very special as well, man. And he's a guy, man, that's it's gonna be that play that spur guy for me. You know what I mean? A honey badger, if you will, type role. And can also go on that offense, man, and take that ball and go 80 with it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, it's going to be exciting, man. I'm very excited, man. My class of 2022, is very strong, very loaded. You know what I mean? So the next 2 or 3 years is going to be
and
exciting.
then Mario Bonds, man. I had him for a little while at Pie at Plantation Little League, and then I ended up having him coaching AAU basketball. So I know those guys. I know those two guys for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
man,
yeah. Mario is a
yeah, man. Listen,
you have dual sport athletes, man. Mario is a tri sport athlete. He played baseball.
yeah,
He just won states in basketball, and he also played football. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And one thing that he do have that you can't coach is that speed.
Yeah, yeah, and he got that length too, man. Like, yeah, man, I already know. I already know, coach. I'm just like I say, I'm gonna be in the back for the ride. Don't worry about it. Hey. Not worry about it. Coach, one thing I wanted to ask you, man, I wanted to get your take on because you went sort of like me. You went far to college or whatever. Give a little insight on what Iowa and where you were, what it was like. You know what I mean? Because you got some guys that may be going to JUCOs out there or
Yeah.
G3s out there. What was it like? You know what I'm saying from in your perspective?
Well, when I went to Iowa, man, it was different. You know what I mean? But I thank God I had a head coach who was there for us. You know what I mean? Man, that's one thing I can't say about Coach. Shout out to Coach Vince Prodigal, man. He was there for us, man. And going to Iowa, man, like I said, it was different. It was we get stared at. It was like probably maybe 20 or something, 30 Florida guys from Palm Beach to Broward today that was up there. Hey, so we was up there, man. Hey, man, we was up there, man, and just walking around a Walmart, we'll be get stared at, you know what I mean, by little kids, adults, you know what I mean, and just out in the community. And so our head coach, he actually um, did something that was very, I felt, genius. What he did was he created something what you call we was the Spartans, so it was a Spartan walk. You know what I mean? And it was basically on home games. We'll basically run a little camp, man. Like we'll have breakfast. We have breakfast like in like maybe 7:30, and then from I want to say 8:30 to 9:30, the kids in the community would come out on the field. We'll have our jersey on, and we're just mingling with the kids. You know what I mean? And the parents. You know what I mean? And the parents saw that, and we'll again see those same kids and the same parents in the community, and then they speak to us. So now the other people that didn't experience that, looking at these guys, why they speaking with us, how they know us, things of that nature. And so then he also took us out to elementary schools. He just put us out in the community more, shirts tied, jerseys. We go read at the kids at the elementary schools, take pictures, you know what I mean? So, and I say all that to say by the time my junior, senior year came, it was a complete opposite. You know what I mean? We was embraced. You know what I mean? More kids start coming out for the little camp, but that's what they live for at that moment, especially at that time, especially the little kids. You know what I mean? And so and now, man, I done some things in the Butte that if I would have stayed local, I probably never experienced. You know what I mean? Like some of my good friends to this day, um, I met him in college. You know what I mean? And so I got a good buddy of mine out in California, who was born and raised in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Just meeting different people from different aspects of the country. I think that's probably one of the best things that I experienced.
Yeah, most definitely. I could definitely get with the looking at you crazy. I went to West Virginia, so I
Right,
understand that whole thing was a different. It's a different, different speed, different
yeah,
everything from what you're used to. And but like you said, meeting those guys, those friends in college, and one of my biggest things was I didn't really even know that it was a lot of Florida guys or even South Florida guys there before I got there. You know what I mean?
right,
So it made the transition a little bit better just because they understood me and I understood them in a certain degree until I really got to know who they were.
right,
But but definitely, man, just I think that was one of my best experiences too is getting away. Um,
yeah, no
just
doubt.
because, yeah, staying here, and don't get me wrong, it was something that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to leave. I wanted to get outside of Florida because I wanted to
Right,
experience I wanted to experience seasons change. I wanted to see snow. I wanted to see a whole lot of different things. You know what I mean?
right,
So just for the guys that are thinking about it, man, believe you me, if you do, it'll probably be an experience that you'll greatly appreciate because it also allows you to grow up and become a man because you have to handle certain things. You know what I'm saying, yourself because you're far enough away that they can't come to you as quick as you can think. So
right.
it kind of lends yourself to grow up a little bit more and become your own man. So yeah, that's that for me too, man. Going away, man, it was big, it was huge.
It definitely will make you grow up, man. Because certain things you're not gonna have mommy and daddy though. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And certain things you're gonna have to do on your own. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I embraced that. I knew my situation. You know what I mean? Because I definitely told my parents my junior year, look, man, if y'all want to come see me play, man, y'all gonna have to fly. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So, and that's what it was, dog. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So, I embraced that. I
yeah.
definitely embraced
All right, man. For to get into these coaches pick, man. So
that. Okay.
you got two choices. You got two choices. You got to pick one now. You got to pick
All
one.
right.
All
Talk
right,
to me.
here we go. Well. Some of them are two choices. Others are just questions. So, all right. Favorite player growing up?
Charles Johnson for the Florida
Ooh.
Marlins. By the way, who also my frat brother as well, man. He Manillo. You know what I mean? Shout out to CJ.
Okay.
CJ was the man, man. When I played catcher growing
Mm-hmm.
up, and he was the man to me, man. Man, on the football side of it, Troy Drayton. I played tight end as well. You know what I mean? And being a Dolphin fan coming up, I used to watch Troy Drayton a lot. And that's my two picks right there.
All right. The best defensive lineman you coached and why? Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, I gotta put you on the seat. I gotta put you on the seat. Well, I'll say
man,
that one of the so that way nobody don't get mad, get upset with you.
my best defensive lineman and why? It's a lot of them, man.
That's what I said. One of the
One
best.
of the best. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Deslin, man. Deslin Alexandre. Alexandre. That's the correct spelling name. I coached him at Deerfield. He was a basketball guy. Like played maybe like about a year and a half or so of football. You know what I mean? He's currently at Pitt right now, doing his thing. But it just his motor, his determination, because he was raw to the game. Now he was a straight basketball player. You know what I mean? And when he came over, and he said something to me, man, that lets me know he was ahead of his time, dog. He he stated to me one day, man, like coach, being 6'5" in football, it's like being 7 foot in basketball. So I'm like, well, what do you mean? I knew what he was trying to say, but
Yeah.
I want him to elaborate more. And so he said, man, in basketball, I wasn't really getting any looks. You know what I mean? Maybe a few NAIA schools and D3 schools, but in football, I'm getting all these big schools. Like I know they big time schools, but I don't know what where they located at. And so I say, listen, man, with your size alone, you know what I mean, and your will and determination, eventually you're going to find out where these schools are located at. You know what I mean? So just coaching him, man, and him understanding the game at an early age. You know what I mean? It's phenomenal. And watching him do what he do now, on a next level, it's also great. You know what I mean? So shout out to Destiny, man. And then
Yeah.
my other guy is I have McDougal. You know what I mean? He was a stud for me. He currently at Washington State right now, doing his thing, man. I have Tyreek Jones who at South Florida right now. I got G Mom who went to Oregon now. He's at Fort Scott right now doing his about to do his thing, man. And so the list goes on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just amazing, man, to watch these guys now you know, accomplishing their goals. You know what I mean? Doing what's best for them, man. And I'm just excited for them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, most definitely, man. I don't know if you play. I know you played in one, but I don't know if you played in the other. I know you coached in the other one.
Mm-hmm.
What stadium you like playing in the most, Transpile or Lockhart?
Lockhart, man.
Yeah.
Lockhart.
Okay.
Lockhart, man. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, I
man.
had that.
Listen. Because you played in
I
Lockhart
know.
too.
I know. I
Man.
know.
It blood, sweat, and tears in Lockhart, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears, man. And um, I did have the opportunity to coach at Transpile. You know what I mean? But it's nothing like playing at Lockhart. And now I'm gonna have an opportunity to coach at Lockhart because that's gonna be our home field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't wait for that. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for that.
Yeah. 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 Like Lockhart is that deal for us up here in Broad. That's
Yeah, yeah, no doubt,
all
man. Listen, everything was at Lockhart, man.
yeah.
All the good games was at Lockhart, man. So,
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Most memorable game as a head coach.
one my first year, of course, when I got my first win against
Mhm.
South Broad. I think that we won that. Want to say 6-0, 6-0, and then Fort Lauderdale last year. You know what I mean? That was special to me. You know what I mean? Because for one, being an alumnus in Stranahan, and knowing that Fort Lauderdale and Stranahan, that rivalry is very big and one of the oldest rivalries in the county, man. And once I got that dub this past year, man, it was special. It was
Yeah.
special.
All right, last one. on your college tour last year, give me the best overall school that y'all visited, from facilities to campus to dining hall, everything.
Although I heard there's more out there. For me, man, I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Tennessee, Clemson was right there. You know what I mean? You know, but I didn't slide down the slide for what? But the kids did. But Tennessee was good, man. Tennessee was real good. I must admit, Tennessee was good.
Yeah, man. One school I had a chance of visiting while I was assistant coach at Pinecrest was Boston College. I didn't know. I got a chance to go up on their campus, and I didn't even know it was like that, man.
Right,
I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Just from being
you're gonna have that wow moment up there.
Yeah. Well, man, it was.
Maybe we can put something together, man, and do our college tour together, man, and experience those things and have our kids experience those things. Because ultimately, that's what it's about.
Most definitely. That's already in the plan. You know, we had that going, just got derailed a little bit, but we're gonna get it back going. No doubt about that, man. No doubt about that. But man, it was good to have you on, bruh, man. Just to chop it up with me, man. On my little podcast, man. It just
man, I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it. You're doing your thing, man. Keep it up, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Great ingenuity, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it, man. Once again, man, it's the Coach's Corner podcast. Signing off, Coach Travis Harden, man. We'll see y'all again next Monday. I'm gonna have Coach Cameron Thomas of Core Glades High School on, and then also the following week, be on the lookout for Coach CJ Wembley from Ely. So CJ, if you hear this, man, I'm gonna be hitting you up tomorrow now.
Right. But once again, man, I thank you, man, and shout out to my principal, Miss Michelle Padura, and my athletic director, Thomas Harrison, man, and to all the alumni and past and current Dragons out there, man. We look forward to seeing you guys, man, once this thing passes over, and appreciate your continued support.
All right, Coach's Podcast signing off. Y'all have a good evening.